Hey, morning everyone. It's Gary here. This next episode is a subject that I've thought long and hard about for over a week now on how I wanted to word it. But it's something it's a subject that I think is very important to talk about. Um it's truth, total truth. And but not to say that none of my other ones weren't, but this one is, I think it's important for me to get it out there. It's about agendas. Women's agendas when dating and finding a suitor, a future husband or boyfriend, versus a guy's perspective and his agenda. I don't think guys have an agenda. Let's start out with that. Because I know from my experience with being a dude and talking to some of my buddies, we really don't have an agenda per se. We don't have an agenda. We don't. But we'll start out with this. Women in general, it starts at a very young age. When they're being raised, they don't start getting molded in grade school. They start getting molded in junior high to high school. And the older they get, the more molding that goes on. And it's generally the mother. The mother. Now, honey, you should look for a really nice man. And don't go out with those scumballs that drive motorcycles. Oh no, they're bad boys. My little princess is not going to date a bad boy. You're going to date someone from a really affluent area of town, just like where we live. Yes, and he'll treat you right. Oh yes, he will. And I just hope that happens. I hope that some boy that you like in high school takes you to prom. That's how it starts in high school. That's where it begins. The father doesn't say shit to his daughter. He's the enforcer. He wants his daughter to be a good girl and meet a nice guy. Certainly doesn't want a bad boy. He's a dude. He knows how bad boys think. So the mother plays a huge role. I'm speaking from my experience with my sister and the way my mom treated my sister. But we're not going to talk about that. We're talking about it in general. So men are behind the eight ball from the jump, because you're dealing with not just a gal you want to go out with, or a gal you want to ask out, or a gal you want to date, but you're dealing with the forces of the mother, the mama bear. You got to jump through hoops, man. You got to play. Not only dating the girl, but you're being nice to the mom too. Oh, I'm a good boy. Oh, that Harley of mine? That Harley out there? Oh, that's my brother's bike. I just brought it over to show her what it looks like. That's not my bike. That's not my Harley Davidson with the straight pipes on it. You could hear a mile away before I pull up to your driveway. No, that's not my bike. You got to play a game. So at a young age, I know I'm getting out of control. At a young age, they are molded by the parents, mostly the mother, what they expect from their daughter. Make sure you get good grades in school. Maybe if you get good grades, you'll get some scholarships to really nice colleges and universities. There is where you'll find your true love is in college. And you join a sorority. You can weed out all the scumballs. You want to go out the boys that have money and their parents have money and influence. Yes, influence. The poor girls don't have a chance. They don't have a chance to be young ladies. They're being molded by the mother, and that's everywhere. That's whether they're lower income or upper income. Doesn't matter. The mothers are molding their daughters to be what they couldn't be, or be what they were, or for the mothers that couldn't be there, I want my daughter to have it better than I had it. And the boys, guys like me and my buddies, we're swimming against the tide. Now let's take the other side. Men, we don't have an agenda. Speaking for myself, I say, all I want to do is meet someone nice. someone who wouldn't lie to me, someone who wouldn't cheat on me, somebody who is honest with me, someone who likes to have fun. And I'm not saying boom, boom in the backseat of my car. I'm just saying have fun, do some stuff. Hang out. Go to a baseball game. Go to a carnival. Go to a church festival. We're talking when you're in high school. Let's just do some stuff. You know, guys are as awkward as girls are, if not more so, in their early years, in the formidable years, like junior high school, 8th, 9th grade, 10th grade. I was awkward. I was awkward till my junior year of high school, but some guys started early. I didn't. I was just awkward. Maybe a little shy. Doesn't matter. But the boys are a little bit more. Yeah, boys and young men are just. They don't have expectations. They don't have a fucking agenda. So women are molded by the mommy. And then they're molded by their girlfriends. Oh, Tina, you really don't want to go out with that guy. He's a scumball. He'll never have a life. His father's an electrician. He drives a truck. They live on the other side of the tracks. You don't want to go out with him. Yeah, but he's really cute and he's nice to me. But so, you'll go off to a nice university in the fall. Don't worry about him. Leave him behind. He's nobody. He's a scumball. Turns out he could be a really super nice guy. But you throw him to the curb. This is the kind of shit that goes on in America. It's been going on for generations. So you're working against that. They want, so let's take it to college. You get to college level. They go off to a nice university. They belong to a sorority. Or if they don't belong to a sorority, they're in a dorm with a bunch of other friends. And then that's where the learning ground goes. They learn stuff. They go out, they party, they hang out. They get bonded with other women. And other women have the same expectations. Now, okay, occasionally you'll get a bad girl and all she wants to do is party with the bad boys, hang out with the bad boys, do naughty shit. God bless them. God bless them. You know, that kind of shit. You know what I'm talking about. You know that sound. They're few and far between at that age, but every now and one pops out of the woodwork. So, but I'll tell you really quickly. I got turned down. This is back in the 90s. I got turned down more times going to clubs with my boys. I had 3 guys that I hung around with. One was in corporate America. I was a meat cutter. Tom was a carpenter, and Cliff, he was an electrician / carpenter. They did it all. So most of the guys I ran with were blue collar, and we were all about the same age. I think Tom was a little bit older than the rest of us. I'm sure he was because he's now deceased, liver failure. But you know, we were just regular dudes. We go to clubs downtown, and we'd be rubbing elbows with all kinds of guys. And you could always tell when you walked into one of these downtown clubs, if it was a Friday afternoon late, you could see the corporate guys. They had their ties were off, but you could see they still had a dress shirt on. And they ran in groups. And then there was guys like me and my boys. And we just, we went in there with our blue jeans and our T-shirts, our ball caps. We're all just doing the same thing, drinking some beers and hanging out and socializing and looking for women. It's all the same. But if I would start talking to somebody I met at a club, so I used to love to dance. At a dance club, ask someone to dance. Some chick's dancing in her chair. And she likes the song. She's dancing in her chair. You walk up and say, hey, want to dance? No. How many fucking times? A lot of people could relate to that. Oh, I just want to dance in my chair. I'm going to screw myself down into the chair and just sit here and dance. I'm not going to ask her. I'll dance with someone who's smoking hot. That's where it starts. But if I have a chance to talk to somebody, I was a talker. I still am. I talked to some chick in a bar I met. What do you do? What do you do? What do you like? What do you like? What do I like? What do you like? That kind of stuff. the minute that they sensed, the minute they found out what I did for work, because I didn't lie about it. Oh, well, Gary, you seem like a really sweet guy. Okay, yeah, okay, blah, blah. Would you like a drink? I'll buy a drink, sure. You know, that kind of game. It's the game. It's the game, you know? The minute they find out what I did for work, ice cubes. Ice cubes, man. Oh, you're a meat cutter? Isn't that kind of dirty work? Aren't you? So you work with your hands? You cut raw meat and stuff like that? You work in a grocery store? Oh, geez, you know. And I would I would plead my case. Well, it's actually a really good job. The pay is good. I have great security. Got great benefits. I would start defending myself, what I shouldn't have, but you're on the defense right away. Oh, I'm going to go powder my nose with my girlfriend. So then they go into the bathroom, talk to girlfriends. Oh, you can't go out with that. You can't talk to him. Oh, he's kind of cute. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This bar's filled with guys, hot guys. Look for a guy who's corporate. Look for a white-collar guy who's definitely going to make more money down the road. Dude, tell this guy to go to the curb. You could do so much better. And that was happening all the time. I got turned down. I'd say 8 times out of 10, I got turned down. And then maybe 2 of the other times, I'd get fake phone numbers. Here, write down my phone number on a napkin. Here. You know, that's back in the day when I had business cards. I had printed up business cards. Excuse me. I would print up business cards. So we wouldn't have to worry about the dirty napkin or the napkin that had a beer on it, was wet, and it's just scribbling in her name and her number. I'd give her my card. I'd say, here's my card. And the card I used, it was just like a regular 3x5 card. And it looked like this, just like a regular card. And on the front it said, my card. That's it. Buddy of mine gave me that idea. Just write, my card. So I had Vistaprint give me about 500 of these cards, said, my card. Here's my card. It was a good conversation starter, a real knee slapper. It gives them the idea, okay, well, I'll put my number on the back. And it worked. I mean, sure, I got laid. I mean, but it's usually the bottom of the barrel by the end of the night, you know? We all did. We all had a good time. But the whole idea was we weren't getting what we really wanted, was a nice girl. And by design, you couldn't get one because they're all looking for the blue collar, the white collar guy. They aren't going to go out with an electrician or a plumber or a carpenter or a meat cutter. No. They're going for someone who, in their mind, is successful. Let's go back to college. They're in college. They're not going to date a football player, not unless he's NFL quality. They're going after someone who's, oh, you're in pre-med? Sold. I want that, man. I want to be a doctor's wife. Oh, he's so cute. Or he's going to be in a law school. Oh, sold. I want to be an attorney's wife. Will live in a nice little house on the hill. I'll drive a Mercedes. I'll even get a Land Rover. So they get this in their minds that that's the end all be all. But they get the corporate jobs, they get the pound of flesh out of these men. Unless you have a job where you're like a vice president, a president, or a top sales associate, you're getting your ass beat down every day unless you suck ass. We don't have to do that as the tradesmen. Tradesmen don't have to do that. We go in, we have a craft, we have a trade, we do our jobs, and we get rewarded for it, for how well we do. We don't have to suck anyone's ass. See, that's where it's a dog eat dog world out there when it comes to dating. So people ask me sometimes, why are you still single, Gary? Well, I haven't found anyone who meets my expectations. My expectations are just finding someone who's not going to judge me for what I do for work. That's what it came down to. And it's still that way today. What's happening today is now I'm 65 years old and the women I'm meeting have been through the mill 2 or 3 times. They married that guy who in college who was a white collar dude. He cheated on her ass with his secretary because she stopped putting out the pussy after she squeezed out 1 kid, maybe 2 kids. She hooked him, and now that she had him, had a couple of his kids, she was done with the sex. And his hormones are still racing, so he goes and he cheats on her. Then she divorces him, and no, it's a vicious cycle. I have friends that are like that. I know girlfriends. I have stinks. I have female friends that are just all they do is, oh, he was a serial cheater, or oh, he couldn't stop eyeballing the little waitress in the bar. I know he gave him his number. You gotta stay current, ladies. Not all ladies, but But I've lived long enough to see it. And all I want is someone to hang out with, someone to do some fun stuff. I'm not all about that. Like actually I never was. I ran around. I had my fun, but that's the difference. Women are molded at a young age where men are not. The father says, hey, son, find yourself a nice girl, You'll have a good time. Find a nice girl. It's not that hard. Take your time, son. Take your time. You'll find a nice girl. Someone to get along with. Someone who's going to respect you, son. Someone's not going to lie to you or cheat on you. And then you throw in cell phones. And I'm not even going to go there, but I'm going to go there for a minute. Then you throw in the cell phone, the beginning of cell phones, that's made it even worse. Because now you're competing with everyone on that cell phone. My cell phone's recording this, so I'm going to use a prop, a remote. Now you're competing with this cell phone. Look at these photos that people put on their Facebook wall. And they might have a family picture, somebody and they have like 3 daughters and 2 sons. The girls in the picture always have their cell phone in their hand. Everywhere you look, women are walking around with these fucking devices in their hands. Which brings me to my next rant. I text somebody I've had 3 dates with this gal. This is fictitious. I got 3 dates with somebody. Things are going great. She likes me, I like her. We haven't taken our relationship to that next level yet, but hopefully it's coming down the road sometime soon. And I text her one afternoon, let's say, hey, how's your day going? 2 hours pass. 3 hours pass. 4 hours pass, and finally she gets back to me. Oh, it's going fine. How's yours? That don't fly with me. It don't fly with me because they're carrying this device on their body. It's always within reach of where they are. They see I text them. 2 things can happen. They can say either I'm busy, which is bullshit. No one is ever too busy to reply. That's the first throw out. And the second throw out, she'd be hanging out with one of her girlfriends at work. Oh, don't reply. Play the game. Play the game. Make them wait. Make them stew. Play the game. And that shit goes on. That shit happens. I have female friends that tell me they do that to their guy friends, to their boyfriends. Oh, no, I'm going to make them stew. I'm going to make them work for it. That doesn't always work. And guys like me, I don't put up with that shit. I'm like, oh, really? You're going to make me wait 4 hours? You got that phone on you. Our first date, you had the phone with you. Our very first date. This is a true story. On our very first date I had with some gal a couple of years ago. She brought the phone to our table at dinner and she put it down, face down, but it was right next to her napkin. You know where my phone was? It was still on the phone holder in my car. I don't want to fucking deal with my phone when I'm on a first date. I want to be one-on-one, get to know somebody. Oh, no. Not her. Well, I got to make sure that in case my mommy calls me or my dad calls me or one of my besties is on a date tonight, she calls me or texts me, I got to give her some updated information on how I should react or how you should react on your first date. That's the kind of shit you hear. So we're having a couple drinks before we order our dinner. And I could hear the phone going, it's on vibrate. At least she had the decency to turn the volume down, but I hear vibrate. So we're in the middle of a conversation and she's doing this. Oh, I'm sorry, Gary. Let me just look at this really fast. Let me just look at this. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I had to get back to my friend Molly. She's on a date with someone, just like I am. This is going on all night. So she's losing ground with me. All right. It doesn't matter if at this point how much she says that I might like hearing. She's losing so much traction by this fucking phone being on vibrate. Then I get up and I gotta go take a leak. We have our drinks. We've already eaten dinner. It's just a small talk now. We're having coffee. I get up and go take a leak. I come back. And I'm walking across the bar towards the table and I see her doing this. You can't win. And I don't, I mean, you ask them, you don't even ask them. I don't even ask them what they're doing. I don't even bother going there. Because if I go there, it's just like, why? You know? And then we go home. We leave the bar. We move to the restaurant. I open the door of my car for him. Close the door behind him. Because I'm a gentleman. Always have been. Then you drive them home, drop them off. And it's over. I'm done. Done. There's no second chance at that point. Not unless they want to crawl back to my better graces, but I don't know who I'm competing with on that device. Who am I competing with on that device? Who? You know? And then lastly, before I get off here, because I know I'm ranting, I'm on a roll right now. But until a woman or a girl, a young girl, 20, 21, 22 years old, college, out of college, or a woman, grown woman, has been with a man that's a blue-collar man who knows how to use his hands. His hands are calloused. They're rough. Working man hands. Until a woman's been with a man like that, or like me or any of my buddies, working class, they've never been really with a man. And I'll break it down for you. Because I got buddies that work in the corporate offices. Corporate world, white-collar boys. They're pussies. Just talking to them. Well, my friend Carl is the perfect example. You know, he works, I'm not going to name the company. He would be pissed. But he's got a corporate job, corporate America. He works out in Dayton, Ohio. And he makes a lot of money. Carl makes a ton of cash. He makes probably 3 times more than I make. But his company gets his pound of flesh. And he's been dating the same girl now. Carl's been dating the same girl now for, I'm going to say, almost 7 months. And he still hasn't made a pass at her. Oh, I'm just still trying to get to know her, Gary. You know, I'm just still trying to get to know her. Well, how does she dress on your dates? Because now you've been dating 7 months. Dating 7 months? Well, yeah, she's really nice. You're dating with her. You're dating her? Yeah. She dates really. I mean, I saw them two out together at New Year's last year. And she was dressed hot. She looked great in that dress she had on. Push-up bra on her dress popping out. I'm like, God damn, Carl, really? This is the girl you haven't made a move on yet? Just, not the same as going out with a guy like a blue-collar dude like me or my buddies, my compadres that I run with, guys I work with. Until you've been with a man who can use his hands and manhandle you. Treat you like a lady, but really be forceful if you want it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, respectfully, but can do some funny things in bed. Has a creative mind. Because we're tradesmen. We're creative. We're creative by nature. Versus we don't walk around with a pen in our pocket and a slide ruler. So that's all I got today. I just want to rant. I mean, I can go on and on and on about this shit. But it's agendas versus non-agendas. It's agendas versus non-agendas. And I imagine it'll be like that to the day I die. That I don't care anymore. I'm just chilling, doing me. But it's out there. And that's the God's honest truth. Y'all have a great day. And I'll catch you up on the flip side. Peace out.